into C++ using classes mechanism. Okay, now we want to see how to migrate the software from one technology to another technology. Okay, here we are taking input as from C program and we want to migrate that program from C language to C++. Okay, so this is our task for today. So first we will do this one. After that, we'll see the next. Some C program. Yes. So you can take any program as an input here, no problem. As a beginner, first we will take a small program, not too much small, but medium sized program. And after that, we will go for somewhat large program. Okay. We want to check whether the given year is leap year or not. We will take this program as input here and we want to convert this program into C++. Right. This is the program. Are you able to see my screen? Respond someone.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Is there any improvement in my audio? Right. First, preprocessor directory. Here we are using hash include stdio .h. Yes, hash include is a preprocessor command. Okay, like C, in C++ also we are doing the same thing. So, as usually continued. Yep, it is C and it is C++ program. Okay. So the next thing is the main function. Next, we have to take class. Class. What is the syntax for class? Class keyword.
Followed by class name.
Class name, and you remember that class name always should starts with capital letter. This is as per the standard. Okay. Yes, you can provide class name as small Yes, you can start class name with a lowercase letter also, but it is not meaningful. As per the programming standards, all the class names should be starts with the capital uppercase letter. So this is standard rule. Class is next. Respond someone.
Semicolon.
Yes, in C++, every class should end with semicolon. So next, here we want to take some input variable. Why? Because whatever the program you want to do here, first you have to think about that program inputs. Here input is year. Understand, year is the input for this program, right? For that purpose, here I want to take one variable which is named as year with the type integer. Why it is integer? All year numbers are always integers only. No way for any other type data. All of you please mute. Right. So next thing is functions. I want to convert this functionality as a member function here. So void function name. Tell me what general functions in C. Function prototype. Tell me now. Return type followed by function name followed by open and closed parentheses. So in between that open and closed parentheses, we have to maintain optional parameters or arguments. Understand? After that, open curly brace, and after that, closed curly brace. This is the syntax for general function. Yes, the same syntax is followed in C++ also. Okay, you please remember that. So return type is void here, because I don't want to return anything. Suppose if you want to return anything, yes, you can specify that return data type as a return type here. Okay, so that is not a matter. So here my function name is check year. Yes, if you want, you can take year as input to this method, but here we already declared a variable, so maybe it is not. Okay, fine. Yes, you can do like that also, but no problem. This space is not sufficient. Fine. First thing is, I want to collect input data from the user. Yes, I am doing this in the same block. Here. Whatever the data is entered by the user, I want to capture in the variable year. Fine. Input activity is over. Okay. Basic C++ structure, C++ program structure is over, and now we entered into the actual functionality. Yes, in the actual functionality, First, we want to find what are the inputs required for this functionality. Yes, we identified that input as here, year. Year is the input here. Fine, for this functionality. So next, I want to process the given year, the result. Okay, if you want to develop, yes, if you want to develop any program or any software, first we want to work for inputs. Second one is actual process. Third one is results, displaying results. Okay, these are the main three important steps or stages in every program life cycle. So please all of you remember that. So input is over. So next thing I want to check. So this is the process actually. As if year is divided, if reminder value is 0, then that year is sleep year. కర్సర్ బ్యాక్ రాదు, అందుకని నేను టైప్ చేస్తా వెళ్తున్నాను, లేకపోతే ఐ క్లోజ్ చేసేవాడిని ఫస్ట్. ఓకే, సో డోంట్ థింక్ సో. సో నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ నాకు ప్లేస్ లేదు, అందుకని ఇక్కడ రాస్తాను. డోంట్ హ్యావ్. Yes, see out.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the way to convert a program into a class. Fine. So next, as usually, we want to do the object creation activity. Now you tell me how to create an object. If you want to create an object to any class, first you want to provide the target class. Is here the target.
Read.
So class name BP specified and followed by object for the class. Yes, here I have taken obj as an object for the class. So next thing is invocation of method from the lead class. Okay, we will do that activity through an created object for lead class. Yes, obj dot chk underscore. Yes. So this is the function. Okay, this is the way to convert a C program into meaningful C++ program. Understand? Okay, so all of you please note down this program in your notebook. All of you open your running notes and note down this conversion. Please do it fast. Sorry, here one more thing is. CIS is not closed. Yes. ఇక్కడ యాక్చువల్గా ప్లేస్ లేదు, అందుకని ఇట్లా క్లోజ్ చేశాను. బట్ మీరు బుక్లో రాసేటప్పుడు క్లియర్గా నోట్ చేయండి. Now, am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it is over, let me know.
Sir, we have to include using namespace standard library, no sir.
Yes, in the case of Ubuntu environment, in the case of GCC, yes, you have to include namespace std. Okay, but in the case of Turbo C++ environment, it is not required. And one more thing is, in the latest versions of Turbo C++ and some other softwares also required to include namespace std. Why? Because std is a standard namespace and it is having the definitions for all standard input output device relevant functions. So that is why it is also required, and especially when you are using GCC in Ubuntu, in such cases it is mandatory. Otherwise you can't execute this program and you will get error.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. In the case of and in nowadays you have so many number of C++ compilers. So one compiler is following one approach to define a C++ program, and Turbo C, C++ compiler is accepting this standard C++ program structure. Okay, so if any changes are required as per some other available compilers in the market, so you have to follow all those changes as per its requirement. Yes, nowadays many compilers are not accepting wide main. Okay, MingW compiler, it is also one of the most popular compiler in nowadays in the present market. So MingW compiler never accepts wide main. So return type void, it won't accept for main function. So in such cases, you have to specify main function return type as int. Okay, otherwise you will get error. Understand? Now we will see the reason to specify main function return type as int. Okay, after completion of this one, we will see that. Repeat fast. And if you have any doubts, please feel free to interact with me. Understand? Okay, from this day, this hour onwards, if I ask any C++ program, you have to follow this structure only to prepare the program. Understand? You have to use classes. Okay, if you do like this, you will get more and more practice, so that you will get more and more clarity on object oriented mechanisms. Especially you will get the clarity about classes and objects and how to invoke a function from a particular class through its object. So you can understand all these points in very clear cut way. So that is why you should follow this structure to prepare any program which is related to C++. Okay, don't write a program like C in C++. It is completely meaningless. Now, is it over? All of you should maintain running nodes properly. So it is very, very important. Okay, fine. I think the program is over. Am I right? Now respond someone.
Yes, sir.
Now we will see in which situation and what are the reasons to go for int name instead of a void name. Yes, we already studied C programming language. Yes, the structure of any function in C programming language is return type followed by function name, and after the function name there is a possibility for optional arguments, functional arguments. After that, open curly brace and closed curly brace, and in between that open and closed curly braces there is a possibility for set of instructions, executable or non-executable instructions. Okay, this is the basic structure of function, general function in C programming language. Yes, it is fine. So the main function also following the same structure. So int main. Yes, there is a possibility for arguments here, but maybe here the arguments are not required. Fine, leave it, no problem. Now you tell me, in which situation we will go for the return type int? This is the question. Generally, yes, in the case of return type integer, we will include return statement at the end of main block. Why? Because if the return type of a function is not empty type, so that is other than void, in such cases we have to use a return statement at the end of that function. This is mandatory, otherwise you will get error. Yes, it is clear. Fine, now you tell me what is the reason to specify data type int here instead of void. Now you tell me in which situation we will go for void and in which situation we will go for int. So respond someone. Respond. Suppose if you don't know, you please tell me that, no problem, and no need to worry about anything. If you don't know, I will explain one more time. Nothing to worry. Respond someone. Or at least you tell me, or you know the reason for int type, int return type in the main function or not. Suppose if you don't know, you tell me that, no, no problem. 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 No Now don't waste time, respond someone.
We don't know, sir. Please explain.
Okay, so all please listen carefully. Yes, you want to do one program in C programming language, or you want to do one program either in C++ programming language. Yes, generally, suppose in the case of Turbo C++, what we want to do is ultimately we may have that software in our laptop or desktop system. So first we will open that application. So the Turbo C++ application. So the Turbo C++ environment may be open. Okay, fine. And after that, maybe you have prepared the same program there in the Turbo C++ environment. Suppose the leap year programming మీరు అక్కడ Turbo C++ లో టైప్ చేశారు. Okay, and when we consider that main function, the return type of main function, instead of void you specified int. Okay, instead of void you specified here the return type as integer type. Type. Yes, it is fine. So if it is a valid return type and not empty, non-empty return type, then definitely you have to include. Mute yourself. Okay. We may have program like this, and we copied this program into Turbo C++ environment, and now we are ready to execute this program. So finally, we compile the program and we try to execute the program in the Turbo C++ environment. Now you tell me from which point the program execution will start. ఎక్కడి నుంచి మనకు ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది?
void main.
Yes, exactly. Yes, always whatever the program it is, it may be C or C++ program. Ultimately, not only C or C++, it may be a Java program or it may be a .NET program. Always the execution starts from main function only. And switch off your cameras. Please, if you cooperate with me, then I can give more and more clarity to you for better understanding. Fine. So return type is this one. Okay, fine. Finally, control is placed at void main or int main. Fine. Who transferred this control to the main function? From where we getting this execution control? Initially, when we are trying to execute our program, this is the key point. Do you know? Fine, okay, no problem, leave it. Actually, the execution control is always with the operating system. Okay, whenever you are trying to execute this C program or C++ program, it will send the Turbo C or C++ environment sends a request to the operating system. Okay, yes, it may be Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Windows 10 or any other operating system. So that is not a matter. Okay, we will get control from the operating system to the main function. Okay, exactly that control is placed at main function, main header. Okay, that instruction will get the control immediately from the operating system. Okay, ఇక్కడ నుంచి control immediately ఈ statement వచ్చేస్తుంది. Okay, so that is why main function is always considered as an entry point for execution of any C or C++ program. Is it clear? Fine. So here I want to send my program execution status to the operating system after completion of my program. This is my requirement. మా అర్థమైందా? ఇదే పాయింట్, కీ పాయింట్. Here after completion of my program execution, I want to inform my program execution status to the operating system. Okay, so that status is described in two forms. Okay, one is with the value 0 and another one is with the value 1. Okay, these are the two status symbols which we are sending to the operating system after the completion of our C or C++ program execution. Okay, now I'm not talking about Java and .NET. They are also will get the same meaning. Please remember that it is not only for C and C++. The same thing is for .NET and for Java also. Why? Because the two languages are also using main function as an entry point for that programs. Fine. Please keep these points in your mind. Fine. So now the situation is, if the main function returns 0, that represents the program is executed without any errors. Okay, that is the indication to the operating system. Okay, that information you may be sent to the operating system and you may not send to the operating system. It is not mandatory always. Okay, some compilers are restricting the developer to send the status to the operating system at the end of every program execution. So that is why many more C++ compilers are by force including integer type as a return type to the main function. Okay, that compilers are prepared like that. That compilers are builded like that. Okay, but Turbo C++ may not force you to include main function return type as int. Okay, so here it is not mandatory. Yes, it is optional. Yes, if you want, yes, you can include return type as integer, or otherwise you can place void. But in nowadays, no one compiler is not accepting main function return type as void in many number of situations. Okay, so after the completion of the current program execution, that compiler want to send information about the last executed program execution status to the operating system. Understand? So that is why we are including main function return type as int. If the main function returns 0, then OS can understand the last program is executed without any errors. Okay, if the main function returns 1, then that indicates that, and OS understand that the last executed function is ended with some errors. Okay, so that is the reason why we are including main function return type as integer. Is it clear? Respond someone.
Yes, sir.
And please note down these points in our running notes now.
Okay, sir.
All of you do it fast. Note and betti points note cheyandi. Very important points. All these are. Yes, before here my intention is, before starting the second unit, you have to know all these points. If you know all these points clearly, the second unit syllabus is not a matter. It is very simple. Okay, I will show you the syllabus, second unit syllabus now after completion of this task. If you understand the last class and this class, you may get more and more knowledge of many topics in second unit. I will give assurance to that. Zero means
No error.
yes. One. If it is over, we will go to the next task.